Hey everyone, Shahzad here, and I will be showing you a brand new game which just got released on early access on Steam. It's called Breach. You might have seen a couple of videos about it, a couple of trailers. Basically, let's start with what Breach actually is. Breach is a fast-paced third-person co-op action RPG game developed by QC Games. Currently it's released in early access business model on Steam. When fully finished, the game will actually be free to play. I think you pay €20 or $20 currently to get access to the game and stimulate the early access development plan. In the game, you party up with 3 more people in teams of 4 to fight through hordes of mythical creatures and complete objectives on different maps. At the same time, you have what is called the Veil Demon, an entity which is trying to stop you from completing your objectives. The Veil Demon can be controlled both by an AI for PvE experience or by another 5th player for a PvP experience. As the player, you can unlock and play as 18 different heroes or 6 different Veil Demons. More are in development, with 1 new hero and Veil Demon to be released pretty soon. The game features a lot of customization for your hero or your demon, be it how they look, be it how you play with them, what items you put on them for bonuses, or how you level them up for different abilities, and how to change the gameplay experience each time you play. You can unlock everything with the in-game currency as far as gameplay experience goes, so you don't need to worry about spending real money on it. Each demon and hero has his own levels, and you will need to level them up, unlock items and customize the leveled up abilities to your liking and playstyle. This gives you the opportunity to create various different builds and strategies when you play. Currently I'm playing as a hero. The name of the hero I'm playing is called Shadowblade. He's an easy starter class, a melee one, because the game features both range and melee classes. Don't worry, ranged classes have clip size, different magazines on their weapons, but they have infinite ammo, so you will never run out of ammo while you play. Something similar between all of the classes is the fact that you have a primary attack, then you have a secondary attack with your your left and right mouse button. Primary attack is with the left mouse button. The secondary attack with your right mouse button is usually something like similar to an ability which has a small cooldown on some classes. Then you have your 3 standard abilities with low cooldowns on 1, 2 and 3 buttons, and of course your ultimate ability, which is on the 4 button, and you have to build up while fighting so you can use it. With the shield button you can evade. In the game, evading, you have a couple of charges for evading. Unless you level up and you gain more charges by selecting a stat which increases those charges. As you can see on the screen currently, I can make a selection for my level 3 to increase different stats or get different other bonuses. So whenever you use up a charge of your evade, it will start recharging, and until then, if you've used all your charges, you cannot evade. Usually it's not hard to evade every attack in the game, but you have to be careful because the game is still in early access. It's not fully optimized, there's a couple of lags, and sometimes you might get hit. You cannot evade AoE attacks, you have to move out of their range with the evade button, but you can evade any directional or melee attacks easily. You can see you have 2 health bars, one is at the bottom right above your abilities, the second one is on the top left, which is split up into 4 sections. Usually depending on the enemy you're facing, he will deal different amounts of damage with his attacks. Some can take almost your full health bar, others can take a smaller amount of it. In order to restore your health, you have to use a health pot, which is the Q button, and you have a limited amount of those, and you can only recharge them if you find more of them in chests around the map while you play. If you happen to die, your teammates can always revive you. As long as one person is up and he can revive one other person, you're gonna be safe and don't have to worry about having limited lives. You do lose if you're all fall down, so be careful to not fall down, of course. You can also lose depending on the objectives. As you can see on the top central part of the screen, you can see how many objectives we have won and how many the Veil Demon has done. Basically, you win if you finish all of the objectives and if you also finish the end objective of the given map. They vary differently. Some objectives during the maps can overlap, but as far as I know, the final boss and the final objectives usually are quite different for every map. I'm not sure how many maps are currently available, but I'm sure that they're gonna increase them with time and development of the game. It's definitely an enjoyable experience to play it, and it kind of reminds me a little bit about Evolve in the 4 versus 1 part of the game. Although it's quite different because playing as the hero and playing as the demon is totally different, and there are a lot less demons, but the experience is a lot, let's say, I'm more entertained when I play the demon rather than the hero, unless I'm playing against another player with 3 other players on my side. Then it becomes even more interesting because you don't know what the player demon is gonna do, and that's the part of the game which is exciting. He might try to trap you out. He can also take control of different NPCs during the fight, so that's part of the suspense that the game gives you. Overall, it's a very fun experience to play it, although I think that you need to wait a bit more before buying it, so it gets a little bit more developed, some more bugs get fixed, it gets a little bit more optimized. If you wait long enough, it's gonna be free to play and available to everyone. So if you buy it one, technically you're supporting the development of the game, which is gonna be free to play eventually. So if you wanna wait, you're gonna wait. But if you enjoy what you're seeing and wanna try it out, and you know that you're gonna find it entertaining, then by all means, go down on Steam store and buy the game. Because for me, I liked what I saw. I tried it out, I don't regret it, I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm also gonna start doing more content around it, show you guys some more guides, walkthroughs, show you all the classes. Also, I forgot to mention, but the game is not very graphics and CPU intensive because of the way they took approach to the graphics. As you can see, it's similar to Fortnite and other current games like Dauntless, which isn't it's not that much of a realistic, but more of a cartoonish approach, which is nice because it gives a wider audience the chance to play the game and not need to invest into a new PC in order to play it. Now I'm gonna skip a little bit forward into the final boss fight of this map. You should pay attention that the game doesn't take too long for a match to finish. Usually it's between 8 and 20-ish, 25 minutes, depending on how tough your opponent is. If you're playing against an AI, usually you would finish a map by 20-25 minutes. If it's against another player and he's a good player and you're also 4 good players, it might take longer doing the objectives, because some objectives require you to stand in a certain place, other require you to kill a certain amount of soldiers. The third one requires you to, let's say, pick up something from where, or move something, or escort something. So there are a lot of different objectives on the game. Let me skip to our fight against this map's final boss, Ra, and how he fared against us.
Now kick that god's entire ass! Obelisks are a conduit for Ra's emerging power. Hitting them ought to shut them down. For a bit, anyway.
This was everything for this introductory video of Breach, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to check my other game guides, walkthroughs and epic music that I make on my channel, as well as the links to my social media in the description down below. You can also drop me a comment and share anything you like with me. And of course, if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon in order to get notifications. Shadow Strider out.